God says, "My child, your heart has been restless lately, as if waiting for a message it cannot yet name. You may not understand why certain moments feel heavy, why anticipation stirs within you without reason, why your mind keeps returning to a quiet hope. It is because I am preparing you for a letter from your soulmate. This is not just ink on paper, not just words stitched together by thought. It is a vessel of your destiny, a whisper from the universe, a message that carries the beating of a heart meant to meet yours. This letter is arriving at a time when you may feel unprepared, when the ordinary rhythm of your days clouds the extraordinary work of love unfolding around you. Perhaps you have been feeling uncertain, lonely, or unheard. Perhaps you have been asking me silently, when, God? When will the signs appear? When will I know? I tell you now. Your answer is closer than you think, and it comes in a form so tender that it will make your heart soften instantly. Your soulmate has held this message for a while. They have wrestled with words, paused over sentences, rewritten passages in their mind, wondering how to express what their heart cannot contain quietly. This is not a casual note. It is not a fleeting thought written in haste. It is an offering of truth, vulnerability, and devotion. It is their spirit reaching for yours, guided by a hand you cannot see but one that has always guided your steps. You may wonder why it comes now. Why this letter? Why at this precise moment? Listen closely, my child, timing in love is divine. The moment you are ready to receive, the message is delivered. If it had come earlier, you might have misread it, ignored it, or dismissed it in fear. But now, your heart has opened sufficiently to feel, without judgment, without skepticism, without walls of protection. You are ready to embrace not just the words, but the intention, the energy, the love that flows through them. Imagine holding it in your hands for the first time. Feel the weight of possibility in the envelope, the faint texture of paper that has carried another soul's thoughts, the subtle imprint of their presence in every curve of their handwriting. Before you even open it, your heart recognizes its origin. It feels different from ordinary communication, it hums with resonance. You are about to read something that will touch not just your mind, but the deepest chambers of your being. As you prepare to open it, notice your breath. Notice the flutter in your chest. This is your soul responding, recognizing, aligning. Do not rush. Do not try to anticipate. Allow the moment to unfold naturally. The first line, the first word, will not merely inform you, it will awaken memories, feelings, and truths that have lain dormant. You may feel tears welling before you understand why, because love has a way of revealing itself before the mind can follow. The letter contains more than declarations of affection. It holds reflections, confessions, and revelations about journeys you may not have witnessed. Your soulmate will reveal struggles, triumphs, and fears that have remained hidden, not because they doubted you, but because they needed courage to speak them honestly. These truths, once shared, will create a bridge of understanding that no distance, time, or uncertainty can sever. Pay attention to the subtleties. Perhaps a sentence will strike you with unexpected force. Perhaps a phrase will echo memories you thought were buried. Perhaps a line will feel like it is written directly into your soul, bypassing your conscious mind entirely. This is not coincidence. This is divine design. The letter carries the essence of their spirit, their intentions, and the love that has been quietly growing between you both, unseen but undeniable. You may find yourself pausing, rereading, and feeling the rhythm of their words as if they are speaking to you directly, softly, intimately. And with each pause, each inhalation, each moment of recognition, your heart expands. You realize that this is not merely a communication of facts, it is an invitation. An invitation to deeper connection, to trust, to faith, and to a love that is both gentle and unwavering. Remember, my child, the letter may also reveal truths that surprise you. Your soulmate may confess insecurities, mistakes, or moments when they doubted themselves. Do not recoil. Do not judge. These admissions are the very signs of sincerity. Vulnerability is the vessel of love, it cannot flourish without the courage to expose what lies beneath the surface. The more honest the letter, the more it reveals the depth of their commitment, the more it demonstrates the heart's readiness to align fully with yours. As you continue reading, notice the currents of emotion rising within you. Perhaps you feel warmth, or tingling, or a heaviness that presses on your chest. These sensations are not random, they are the body responding to the soul's recognition. Your soulmate's energy is reaching you through words, and your body, heart, and spirit are attuning to it naturally. The letter is more than words, it is a frequency of love, and your soul understands it perfectly. There may also be instructions hidden subtly within the text. Invitations to meet, hints about timing, suggestions about patience or openness. Pay attention. These are not commands. They are gentle nudges from the universe, guiding both of you toward alignment. They may appear simple on the surface, but their power is profound. Acting upon them will set in motion events that are divinely orchestrated. You may feel an urge to write back immediately, to respond with words of equal depth, to match the honesty and courage of what you have just received. Take a moment. Breathe. Let the emotions settle. The power of the letter lies not in haste, but in reflection. In the moments after reading, allow yourself to feel fully, to let the truth sink in, and to prepare your heart for the next steps that destiny is leading you toward. This letter is not only a bridge between you and your soulmate, it is a mirror reflecting your own heart. It will reveal your readiness, your capacity to love, your openness to connection, and your ability to trust. You may find that you are more courageous than you believed, more open than you expected, and more aligned with destiny than you realized. And when you acknowledge this within yourself, your ability to receive love deepens exponentially. Expect tears, joy, and quiet reverence. Expect your heartbeat to quicken in response to passages that speak directly to your experiences, your longings, and your silent prayers. Expect the sudden realization that this connection, this soulmate, has been moving toward you all along, orchestrated by forces beyond your understanding, yet perfectly timed and perfectly placed. You may also notice a sense of anticipation building, not just for the words, but for the actions that follow. The letter is only the beginning. It is the spark that ignites a journey, the gentle opening of a door that leads to a room filled with shared presence, shared trust, and shared love. When you feel the urge to act, to follow its guidance, to respond, remember that each step is part of a divine rhythm. You are not alone. Your soulmate is moving in tandem, your souls are aligning, and I am guiding every heartbeat, every breath, every thought toward unity. This letter will melt your heart, my child, because it carries more than sentiment, it carries revelation, recognition, and the assurance that love is real, enduring, and divinely guided. It may confirm things you suspected, illuminate truths you never knew, and awaken emotions you thought were dormant. And in the quiet aftermath of reading it, you will feel a sense of peace, anticipation, and connection that cannot be shaken. As you finish reading, take a deep breath. Feel the energy of your soulmate, feel the love that flows invisibly through the words, and feel the readiness within yourself. This is not an ordinary moment. It is a divine encounter, unfolding through paper and ink, through thought and heart, and most importantly, through the alignment of your souls. Do not rush what comes next. The letter is a beginning, not a conclusion. Allow its energy to settle, allow your heart to attune, and trust the invisible currents that are guiding your connection. Soon, you will find that each word, each sentence, each thought expressed within it will begin to manifest in reality, gently, beautifully, inevitably. As you slowly unfold the letter, your hands tremble slightly, not from fear, but from anticipation. Your heart has been waiting for this moment, quietly, like a river flowing beneath ice, and now the current rises, urging your soul to recognize what is being offered. The first line draws you in immediately, simple words with profound meaning, carrying a weight that goes beyond ink and paper. It is as though each letter has been dipped in the essence of their heart, poured carefully so that every syllable resonates with your own longing. The opening words speak of remembrance. Your soulmate recounts a memory you may have shared, a moment you thought was ordinary, now described with such tenderness that your heart responds before your mind can. Perhaps it is a place you once walked together, a quiet conversation, or even a fleeting glance that seemed insignificant at the time. Yet here it is, alive in their recollection, glowing with significance, as if the universe itself is acknowledging the importance of that moment. You feel the echo of it in your chest, warm and tender, and realize that even memories can carry love across distance and time. As you continue reading, the letter becomes more intimate. Your soulmate begins to reveal thoughts and feelings they have held close, the emotions that have guided their actions even when they could not express them openly. You may feel a pang of surprise, seeing the vulnerability laid bare. There is honesty here that does not shy from imperfection, admissions of fear, moments of hesitation, times when they doubted themselves or their courage to love fully. Yet in this honesty lies a beauty more radiant than any declaration you have heard. Because they are not trying to impress or convince, they are simply being seen, and they are seeing you through the words they write. The letter may speak of longing that has remained unspoken for months, maybe even years. Your soulmate describes the quiet moments when they thought of you, the times when they wondered if you felt the same pull, the secret hope that destiny would guide your paths to meet again. You may find tears forming as you read, not from sadness, but from recognition. Their emotions reach across space and time, intertwining with yours, awakening a memory in your own heart that you had felt but could not name. In that moment, the letter becomes more than communication, it becomes a bridge, a thread connecting two souls who have always known each other. And then there are the revelations, subtle yet profound. Perhaps your soulmate reveals a change, a decision, or an insight that has shifted their path toward you. Maybe they speak of growth, of lessons learned, of shedding fears that once held them back. You may feel a surge of admiration, not for what they have accomplished, but for the courage it took to transform, to prepare themselves to meet you fully, without pretension, without hesitation. Their words carry the energy of that journey, and as you read, you feel yourself being invited to meet them not just in space, but in the depth of their transformed being. Within the letter, you may also find acknowledgments of your own presence in their life, even before this meeting. They might describe how your energy, your kindness, your strength, or even your silence has influenced them, inspired them, or provided comfort in unseen ways. There is a profound recognition here. They see not only your being, but the light you carry, the resilience you embody, and the love you radiate. You realize in a moment of quiet awe that your impact has been greater than you imagined. The letter mirrors not only their heart but your own significance in the dance of fate. As you read further, the words may shift in tone from reflection to anticipation. Your soulmate may speak of a desire to share moments with you, to build memories, to stand together through life's unpredictable turns. The sentences are delicate yet confident, carrying the promise of presence without demanding it, offering love without control, inviting connection without conditions. And as you absorb this energy, you feel your chest expand, your breath deepen, your heart recognize a resonance that feels at once familiar and extraordinary. The letter also speaks of understanding. Perhaps it touches on misunderstandings, times when distance or silence caused confusion, or when life circumstances kept you apart. Your soulmate's words may convey empathy, remorse, or gratitude for patience and faith. They acknowledge not only their own growth but yours, and in that acknowledgement, you feel a profound validation, a spiritual recognition that your hearts have always been aligned, even when external events suggested otherwise. The emotional weight of this recognition is immense. You may feel as if the room around you has dissolved, leaving only the energy of the letter and the beating of your own heart. There is a certain rhythm to the letter, a cadence that mirrors the pulse of your connection. As you read, you may notice your emotions rising and falling in harmony with the words. Moments of warmth alternate with quiet stillness, excitement with reverence, longing with gratitude. This is not random. It is the subtle work of energy, spirit, and intention. Each phrase has been crafted, consciously or unconsciously, to align with your soul's frequency, to awaken the parts of you that have been waiting to recognize them fully. And here comes the most tender part, the confessions of love. Not dramatic or overbearing, but simple, pure, and sincere. Perhaps they write of how much they have thought of you, how often you have occupied their heart in quiet moments, or how their longing for connection has matured into a profound understanding of your value. Maybe they speak of hope, not as a desperate wish, but as a steady flame, unwavering and enduring. You may feel tears fall freely now, because their words bypass the mind entirely and settle directly in the heart, where reason has no power, only recognition. The letter may also hint at destiny, at alignment, at the invisible forces that have guided both of you toward this moment. Your soulmate may mention coincidences that were more than coincidence, signs they saw but didn't fully understand, moments when the universe nudged them closer to you. You realize that everything that seemed random, difficult, or delayed was in fact preparation, spiritual shaping, divine guidance, and subtle orchestration to bring you both to this precise point. Your heart may swell with awe as the realization dawns: you are exactly where you were meant to be, and so are they. As you continue, you may feel a sense of intimacy that transcends words. Even though the letter is written on paper, it carries the vibration of presence. You may sense their gaze, the tilt of their head, the emotion behind each carefully chosen word. You feel a closeness that distance cannot sever, a recognition that defies time, and a warmth that speaks of love's enduring capacity to reach across all boundaries. It is as if the letter itself has become alive, a living bridge connecting two hearts that have always known one another. And then, perhaps, there is an invitation, a subtle suggestion, a hint of what comes next. They may speak of meeting, of sharing a space, of being together in a way that was once only a dream. But the words are gentle, they do not demand, they do not pressure. They simply open a door, leaving it for you to step through at your own pace. This is where trust and intuition merge. You feel that you are being guided, not coerced, and that your willingness to respond will unfold naturally, in perfect timing. The emotional intensity of the letter may rise as you near the final lines. The words now speak of commitment, of faith, of love that is patient, tender, and enduring. Your soulmate assures you, not with grand declarations, but with a quiet certainty, that you are seen, valued, and loved exactly as you are. The simplicity of this assurance carries more power than any elaborate gesture could. You feel your heart soften completely, melting under the weight of authenticity and the beauty of being known so fully. And when you reach the very end, you may pause, unable to move immediately. Your fingers still the paper, your eyes linger on the final words, and your heart absorbs the full scope of the message. The tears that fall are not sorrowful, they are the release of long-held tension, the recognition of destiny, and the awakening of a love that has always been present, waiting only for acknowledgement. This letter, my child, has done more than communicate thoughts. It has transformed energy, awakened souls, and bridged hearts. It has prepared you for the next steps, the meetings, the shared moments, and the unfolding journey that will continue to grow in depth, intimacy, and spiritual alignment. Your soulmate's words, written with care, courage, and love, have planted seeds in your heart that will blossom as both of you move closer, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally, toward each other. Take a moment now. Feel the energy, let it settle. The letter is a messenger, yes, but it is also a sacred vessel, carrying a message that transcends the paper and ink. It carries the truth of connection, the certainty of alignment, and the beauty of love's enduring nature. In these words, your heart has already recognized home. In these words, your soul has felt recognition. And in these words, you have glimpsed the journey that is about to unfold, profound, tender, and divine. Now, my child, the letter has settled in your hands, but its effect is far from over. It moves beyond words into the very fibers of your being, into the quiet spaces of your heart that have longed for recognition, for understanding, for connection. The impact begins subtly, like the first rays of dawn brushing the horizon, and grows steadily, touching every corner of your soul. You feel it not as excitement alone, but as a profound awakening, as if the world has shifted imperceptibly to make space for what is coming. Your thoughts keep returning to phrases from the letter, lines that seem simple yet carry immense weight. Perhaps it was a single sentence that made your chest ache with longing, a confession that drew tears from a place deeper than memory, a reflection that mirrored your own silent fears and hopes. These words were written carefully, deliberately, yet with a natural honesty that makes them feel as though they were always meant to be read by you in this precise moment. Every time your mind returns to them, it is like a gentle echo reverberating through your heart, reminding you that love has been quietly orchestrating this encounter for a long time. You may notice your heartbeat quickening, a physical response to the emotional truth contained in the letter. It is not anxiety. It is recognition. It is your body attuning to the frequency of a soul that has always resonated with yours, even in unseen ways. You may feel warmth rising to your chest, tears forming unbidden, or a shiver running through your spine. These are the signs that your soul has acknowledged its counterpart, that recognition has been established, and that love is no longer a concept but a tangible, living presence within you. As these emotions deepen, you begin to notice synchronicities around you. Small coincidences that feel like messages from the universe. Perhaps a song plays that mirrors a phrase from the letter. Perhaps someone mentions a place or idea that aligns with the feelings your soulmate has shared. Perhaps you find a note, a message, or even a fleeting thought that resonates with what you have just read. These are confirmations, subtle yet powerful, that the energy of your connection is moving beyond the paper, beyond intention, and into reality. The universe conspires gently but unmistakably to align both of you, preparing the stage for the next steps of your journey. Your emotions may oscillate between joy, awe, longing, and wonder. You may feel gratitude flooding your chest, relief washing over you, and a sense of humility as you recognize the care, courage, and vulnerability it took for your soulmate to write this letter. You realize that love is not only about being together. It is about truth, honesty, and the courage to express what the heart feels even when it trembles. And in this moment, you understand that they have risked nothing less than their heart to reach yours. As you dwell in the letter's energy, you begin to feel a sense of closeness that transcends distance. Even if you have yet to meet in person, the words create an invisible bridge, a flow of understanding and emotional intimacy. You can sense their presence, their sincerity, their longing, and their devotion as if they were standing beside you. The letter has transformed ordinary space into sacred space, and the ordinary act of reading has become an extraordinary encounter, one that imprints deeply on your spirit. Perhaps you start to see the patterns of your own past, the moments of hesitation, the choices you made, the paths that led you here. The letter awakens reflection. It shows you how every step, every pause, every misstep was necessary. You begin to understand the role of timing, patience, and divine orchestration in love. You see how your own growth, resilience, and readiness have been required for this connection to thrive, and your heart fills with gratitude, not only for the letter and your soulmate, but for the journey that shaped you to receive it fully. As you continue to feel the impact, you may begin to sense the intentions behind the letter. It is not merely a message, it is a map of possibilities, a guiding light for the path forward. Your soulmate writes not to control or dictate your response, but to invite, to open a doorway for alignment, to encourage presence, honesty, and courage. You feel a pull to act, not out of obligation, but out of resonance, as if responding is as natural as breathing. And in this response lies the potential for an even deeper connection, one that moves beyond words and into shared experience, shared energy, and shared destiny. The letter may also reveal hidden layers of your soulmate's heart, things they have not yet spoken aloud, emotions they have wrestled with, desires they have carefully held. You feel the depth of their vulnerability, the courage it takes to share these truths, and the tenderness with which they approach you through the written word. In recognizing this, your empathy deepens, your heart opens further, and you feel a profound bond forming, one that does not require immediate action but flourishes simply through recognition and presence. In these moments, you may notice a sense of anticipation that is gentle yet powerful. It is not impatience, it is the heart's readiness. You feel the urge to move closer, to meet, to respond, to embrace the unfolding journey. This anticipation is a signal from your soul, affirming that it recognizes its counterpart and that it is aligned with destiny. It is a sacred tension, a quiet electricity that fills the air around you, making ordinary moments shimmer with possibility. You may also experience clarity regarding your own feelings, desires, and readiness. The letter serves as a mirror, reflecting your heart back to you. You see your own capacity to love, to trust, and to be present. You recognize the fears that once held you back and the courage that has grown within you. You understand that love is not a passive waiting, but an active choice, a conscious alignment of heart and soul with another. And in this awareness, you feel empowered, steady, and open. As your heart absorbs the letter's energy, you may feel an almost magnetic pull toward your soulmate. Thoughts of them arise not as fleeting imaginings, but as deep, resonant knowing. You sense their presence in spaces they have not yet entered, in moments they have not yet shared, in emotions they have not yet voiced. It is the undeniable recognition that souls do not wait for permission, they remember, respond, and align naturally. The letter has awakened this recognition in both of you, creating a channel of energy that flows freely, harmoniously, and irresistibly. And here, my child, is the most profound realization. The letter is not just about information, disclosure, or confession. It is about awakening the emotional and spiritual connection that has always existed between you. It is a catalyst for alignment, a spark that ignites recognition, and a gentle guide that leads you both toward the fullness of your shared destiny. You feel a deep sense of awe, knowing that what began as words on paper is now a living, breathing presence within your heart. You may find yourself smiling, laughing softly, or shedding tears without control, feeling the delicate interplay of joy, wonder, and reverence. Every line resonates like a chord struck in the deepest chamber of your being. You feel understood, valued, and cherished in ways that transcend language, circumstance, and logic. The letter has done more than communicate, it has transformed, elevated, and awakened the connection that your souls have long recognized. And as the energy of the letter continues to unfold within you, you feel an unspoken promise, that the path forward is not only possible but divinely guided. You sense that every step, every choice, every action in response to this message will be supported by forces beyond your understanding, aligning both your hearts, minds, and spirits with a love that is patient, enduring, and profound. You recognize that this is not a fleeting moment. It is the beginning of a sacred journey, one that will continue to expand, deepen, and unfold in ways that exceed your imagination. Now, as you set the letter gently aside, you feel a stillness that is not emptiness but fullness. You feel the quiet power of presence, the gentle certainty of alignment, and the soft assurance that love is real, enduring, and divinely orchestrated. Your heart has been awakened, your soul recognized, and your spirit aligned with a force that transcends human understanding. You are ready, my child, not only to receive love but to embrace it fully, wholly, and without reservation. My child, as you continue to dwell on the words of the letter, you may begin to feel a profound shift within yourself, a shift that is gentle yet undeniable, quiet yet powerful. The letter is no longer merely a series of sentences. It has become a living energy, pulsing through your heart, touching parts of your soul that have long been dormant. You may notice a strange clarity settling over you, a deep understanding that everything you have experienced, every joy, every sorrow, every waiting moment, has led you to this point, to this sacred recognition of love. The revelations within the letter start to settle like sunlight through clouds, illuminating corners of your heart that had been shadowed by doubt or fear. Perhaps it speaks of truths you had never dared to voice aloud, confessions from your soulmate that reveal not only their vulnerabilities but also their courage. You feel the weight of their honesty and, in the process, your own defenses begin to dissolve. You realize that this connection does not require perfection, only presence, sincerity, and a willingness to meet each other fully, as you are. You may begin to reflect on the times when life's uncertainties caused hesitation or separation. The letter draws attention to these moments, not to rekindle regret, but to offer healing. Your soulmate acknowledges what was difficult, what was misunderstood, and what remained unspoken. Their words are imbued with compassion and understanding, offering forgiveness where it is needed and appreciation where it is deserved. As you read, your chest feels lighter, your mind quieter, and your heart opens in a way that feels both tender and exhilarating. You understand that love is not merely about togetherness, it is about acceptance, patience, and spiritual alignment. As the letter unfolds, you notice its subtle wisdom. Perhaps your soulmate writes about lessons learned, insights gained, or spiritual growth that occurred while awaiting this moment of connection. You recognize that they have prepared themselves to meet you fully, and in doing so, you are reminded of your own journey. You see how your experiences, your patience, and your readiness have shaped you into someone capable of receiving this love without fear. A profound gratitude fills you, not just for the letter, but for the person who wrote it, for the journey that brought you both here, and for the love that has always existed quietly, waiting for acknowledgement. There is a sacred rhythm to the letter, an energy that guides your emotions in waves. Moments of tenderness alternate with surges of exhilaration, reflections of the past are interspersed with glimpses of a shared future. You may feel tears welling, a warm pressure in your chest, or a shiver that runs down your spine. These physical responses are not mere reactions, they are your body, heart, and spirit harmonizing with the energy of love that flows through the letter. You are not simply reading words, you are communing with a soul, aligning with a destiny, and opening yourself to a love that is both profound and enduring. Perhaps the letter contains reassurances that melt away lingering fears. Your soulmate may address uncertainties that have haunted your connection, moments when silence felt endless, when distance seemed insurmountable, or when you questioned whether your hearts were truly aligned. Their words are gentle yet firm, acknowledging the challenges while affirming the strength of your bond. You feel a sense of relief washing over you, as if a heavy veil has been lifted, allowing light and clarity to enter spaces that were once clouded by doubt. As the impact deepens, you may notice a subtle spiritual awakening occurring within yourself. The letter acts as a mirror, reflecting your own capacity to love, to trust, and to embrace vulnerability. You begin to see the courage that has been quietly growing inside you, the resilience that has sustained you through waiting, and the readiness to step fully into a connection that transcends time, distance, and circumstance. You feel empowered, grounded, and open, not in a naive way, but in a way that is rooted in wisdom, self-awareness, and spiritual alignment. The letter may also highlight shared dreams, desires, or visions for the future. Perhaps your soulmate writes of moments they hope to share, experiences they long to create, or simple daily joys they wish to celebrate with you. These glimpses of possibility are not mere fantasy, they are invitations for you to participate consciously in the co-creation of a shared life. You may feel excitement rising, but it is tempered with patience and understanding. The energy of the letter teaches you that love is both immediate and eternal, unfolding in its own rhythm, guided by both hearts and the divine hand that shapes destiny. You may find that the letter encourages reflection on the present moment. Your soulmate may speak of appreciating the now, of recognizing the significance of connection beyond expectations, and of valuing presence over perfection. You realize that love is not only about reaching milestones or achieving grand gestures. It is about the small, sacred moments, the quiet conversations, the shared laughter, the silent understanding, and the mutual acknowledgement of being fully seen. This realization deepens your appreciation, not just for the letter, but for the very act of love itself. The healing energy of the letter becomes increasingly apparent. If there were past misunderstandings, regrets, or unspoken grievances, the words act as a balm, soothing old wounds and creating space for forgiveness. Your heart feels lighter, your mind calmer, and your soul more attuned to the divine orchestration that brought you both together. The letter does not erase the past, but it allows you to integrate it into a narrative of growth, understanding, and alignment. You see that every experience, even those that once caused pain, has been a step toward this moment of recognition and union. There is also a profound sense of connection that transcends the physical. Even if you have yet to meet, you feel the presence of your soulmate as vividly as if they were standing beside you. Their energy, intention, and heart reach across space and time, wrapping around you in warmth, reassurance, and love. You sense not only who they are but also who you are together, two souls aligned, ready to move forward in harmony, guided by intuition, trust, and the quiet yet powerful current of destiny. The letter may end with an invitation, subtle yet profound. A suggestion to meet, to continue the conversation, or to take a step toward deeper alignment. The words are gentle, not commanding, they offer choice, not pressure. You feel a sense of readiness and trust, knowing that each action taken will be guided by both hearts and the divine timing that orchestrates your journey. There is a quiet excitement in this invitation, a knowing that the moments ahead will be filled with both tenderness and discovery, as your connection continues to deepen. As you set the letter aside, you may feel a combination of awe, gratitude, and anticipation. Its impact resonates beyond the page, lingering in your chest, mind, and spirit. You understand that love is not merely an emotion, it is a force, a frequency, a spiritual alignment that manifests through thought, action, and intention. The letter has acted as a catalyst, awakening this force, and you feel a profound readiness to embrace it fully. And now, my child, the true beauty of this revelation begins to unfold. The letter has not only communicated feelings, it has initiated transformation. Your heart has expanded, your spirit has aligned, and your soul has recognized the depth of the connection that exists. You are no longer merely anticipating love. You are living it, in the subtle shifts of awareness, in the quiet recognition of energy, and in the profound understanding that your soulmate's heart has reached yours with courage, honesty, and devotion. In this moment, you feel an undeniable sense of peace. Not passive peace, but a vibrant, active peace that emerges from knowing that your connection is authentic, divinely guided, and unfolding according to the highest good for both of you. You feel empowered to act with intention, patience, and clarity. You understand that love of this magnitude is not rushed, does not demand, and does not falter. It grows, deepens, and expands as both hearts remain open, aligned, and attuned to the currents of destiny. The letter, in its entirety, has created a sacred space within you, a space of emotional clarity, spiritual resonance, and heartfelt connection. Its energy will continue to unfold in the coming days, guiding your choices, illuminating the path forward, and preparing both you and your soulmate for the moments that lie ahead. Each word, each phrase, each emotion contained within it has been a thread in the tapestry of your shared destiny, weaving together courage, honesty, and love into a design far greater than either of you could have imagined alone. You may notice, as you breathe and reflect, a sense of anticipation and excitement mingled with quiet reverence. This is the energy of alignment, the recognition that your journey together is unfolding in accordance with divine timing. The letter is not the culmination of your connection. It is the beginning of a deeper, richer, and more profound chapter, one in which your souls move together in harmony, guided by truth, presence, and the gentle power of love that has always been quietly preparing you for this moment. Now, my child, you hold the letter close, and its energy has become inseparable from your own. You have felt its words, breathed its truths, and allowed its revelations to settle deep into your heart. But the journey does not end with reading. It unfolds in the living of it, in the recognition, the alignment, and the sacred co-creation that is about to bloom between you and your soulmate. The letter has done more than convey emotion, it has prepared both of your spirits to meet in a place of complete understanding, presence, and love. The final lines of the letter carry a promise, not one that demands anything, but one that assures everything. Your soulmate's intentions are clear, tender, and unwavering. They speak of commitment, not as a formality, but as a natural expression of the heart's deepest knowing. They express a desire to share life with you, to be present in your joys, to support you in your struggles, and to grow alongside you in ways both gentle and profound. You feel your chest swell with a quiet, steady warmth, as if a door within you has been opened, allowing a current of love to flow freely, unimpeded, and alive. As you sit with the letter, you notice that the weight of anticipation has shifted into a sense of certainty. The heart that once wondered, hesitated, or doubted now recognizes the presence of its counterpart. You feel an alignment not just in emotion, but in spirit. It is as if a subtle cord, invisible to the eyes but unmistakable to the soul, has connected you, an unbreakable thread that pulses with life, warmth, and infinite potential. The letter was the spark, and now the flame begins to glow steadily, illuminating the path forward. Perhaps you feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the courage your soulmate displayed in writing this letter, for the patience that both of you exercised through moments of uncertainty, and for the divine orchestration that brought your hearts together at precisely this moment. You may notice tears streaming freely, not from sorrow, but from the recognition of beauty, truth, and destiny. These tears are sacred, they are the physical expression of a spiritual awakening that has been quietly unfolding within you. The letter may also speak of timing, how every event, every choice, and every seeming coincidence was necessary to bring both of you to this point. You begin to see the pattern of your shared journey, how challenges shaped readiness, how distance fostered longing, and how patience cultivated wisdom. In this awareness, your heart is not just moved, but transformed. You understand that love of this magnitude is a collaboration of hearts, minds, and spirits, guided by divine timing, and that every moment has been preparing both of you for the sacred union that lies ahead. As you reflect on the contents, you may feel a deep sense of closeness to your soulmate, as if the letter has collapsed the distance between you. Their energy, their intention, and their heart are palpable, surrounding you with warmth and recognition. You feel seen, known, and understood in ways that transcend language or circumstance. It is the profound truth that souls who are meant to meet will always recognize each other, and that no amount of separation, silence, or challenge can diminish this connection. Perhaps there are instructions hidden in subtle ways, an encouragement to move toward each other with openness and courage. These are not commands, they are gentle nudges from the universe, guiding both of you toward alignment. You sense that the next steps, however small, will carry immense significance. A phone call, a meeting, a shared space, or even a thought directed toward one another carries the weight of destiny, and you are ready to embrace it fully. The letter also brings emotional healing. Any lingering doubts, insecurities, or past misunderstandings begin to dissolve under the energy of honesty, courage, and love. You recognize that what may have felt like mistakes or missed opportunities were actually preparations for this moment. The letter serves as a balm, washing over old wounds, soothing lingering fears, and creating space for trust, presence, and connection. You feel lighter, freer, and more open than you have in a long time. As the energy of the letter continues to resonate, you may begin to notice signs of divine guidance manifesting in your life. Perhaps a song, a message, or a coincidence draws your attention, perhaps a sudden clarity of thought or intuition guides your next steps. These are confirmations, gentle but unmistakable, that the journey you are on is divinely aligned. The letter has awakened your awareness, attuned your heart, and prepared your soul to recognize and respond to these signs. Your heart swells with love that is patient, enduring, and tender. You feel a profound recognition that this love is not conditional, not fleeting, but eternal in its essence. It is a love that does not demand perfection but celebrates presence, authenticity, and the courage to be vulnerable. You understand that you are being called not only to receive this love but to mirror it, to honor it, and to allow it to transform every part of your being. Perhaps now you feel the urge to respond, not with urgency, but with intention. You may wish to write back, to express your own truths, to share your own emotions and reflections. And when you do, know that your words will carry the same power, the same energy, and the same truth as the letter you have received. This exchange, tender and honest, is the beginning of a dialogue that extends beyond words into shared presence, shared experiences, and shared destiny. You may feel a deep connection not just to your soulmate, but to the divine orchestration that made this meeting possible. The letter has served as a conduit for higher guidance, a vessel of spiritual alignment, and a reminder that love is never random. Every encounter, every decision, every heartbeat has been carefully guided by forces beyond human comprehension, yet perfectly attuned to the rhythms of your heart. You are witnessing the power of divine timing, and your soul responds with gratitude, awe, and recognition. As you continue to absorb the letter's energy, you may feel a profound sense of joy rising from within, a joy that is not merely happiness, but a deep, sacred knowing that your connection is real, authentic, and aligned with the highest good. You feel peace, even amid excitement, and a quiet confidence that every step forward will be guided by love, truth, and divine wisdom. The letter has opened the door, now it is time to walk through it with courage, awareness, and an open heart. Perhaps the most beautiful aspect of this moment is the recognition that your soulmate's love has always been present, even when unseen. The letter reveals not only their heart, but also the continuity of your connection across time, space, and circumstance. You understand that what you share is not ordinary, it is sacred, intentional, and enduring. The energy of the letter affirms this truth, embedding it deeply in your being and awakening a resonance that will continue to guide you in the days, months, and years ahead. And as you close the letter, holding it gently, you feel a sense of completeness. The words have done their work, they have communicated, healed, awakened, and aligned. You are ready now to move forward with your soulmate, to meet in presence and spirit, to continue the unfolding journey of love that has been patiently waiting for this moment. The letter is no longer just a message, it is a living testament to courage, honesty, and the enduring power of connection. Take a moment, my child, to breathe and absorb the fullness of what has been revealed. Let the energy settle into your chest, your mind, and your soul. Know that the love you are experiencing is real, divine, and aligned with your highest good. Feel the warmth, the light, and the resonance of connection that now flows freely, uniting hearts and spirits. You have received the message, recognized its truth, and allowed it to transform you. Now, step forward with faith and trust. Allow the energy of the letter to guide your actions, your intentions, and your presence. Your soulmate awaits, not merely in physical form, but in spirit, ready to continue this sacred journey alongside you. Each word you have read, each emotion you have felt, and each revelation you have experienced is a seed of love that will blossom into shared moments, deep understanding, and a bond that transcends time and space. And finally, my child, receive my blessing. May your heart remain open, your spirit attuned, and your love unwavering. May the words of the letter continue to resonate within you, guiding you toward joy, presence, and connection. May your journey with your soulmate be filled with tenderness, understanding, and profound spiritual alignment. And may every step you take from this moment onward be accompanied by peace, courage, and the unwavering certainty that love, divine and true, has found its way to you. Your heart has been awakened, your soul recognized, and your spirit aligned. The letter has completed its purpose, yet its energy will continue to unfold, guiding you both toward unity, joy, and sacred fulfillment. Step into this love, my child, with confidence, gratitude, and faith. Your soulmate, your destiny, and the divine timing of your connection have all converged to bring you here, to this moment of recognition, and to the beautiful journey that awaits.